Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something really fundamental, I think, to how we live our lives.
hmm
It's this essential relationship, this link between liberty and responsibility.
Mm,
And this isn't just abstract theory. It's really about understanding ourselves, our choices, and, well, our impact.
right.
Our source material for this deep dive comes from some really interesting foundational principles. We've got insights from the Doctrine de Cafh, that's a spiritual tradition with a unique perspective, and also some broader philosophical ideas.
It's a rich mix.
Exactly. So our mission really is to give you a clearer, maybe more expansive way to think about this liberty-responsibility link in your own life. I'm quite keen to unpack this.
Yeah, it's a fascinating pairing. They seem simple, but there's so much depth, isn't there? Maybe we should start with definitions, straight from the source material.
Good idea. Lay them out for us.
Okay, so liberty. It's defined as the capacity to act according to one's own will, choosing between different options, always considering that our decisions affect others and the environment. So there's already a connection built in there.
Okay, makes sense. And responsibility.
Responsibility is about assuming the consequences of our actions. And crucially, recognizing that one's own freedom ends where that of others begins,
Yeah.
and that our decisions must respect the common good in nature.
Right, the classic your freedom ends at my nose idea, but maybe broader.
Exactly, but expanded. So the simple synthesis they offer is, to be free is to choose. To be responsible is to accept what happens because of those choices and to actively care for others and the environment.
I like that synthesis. Choose, accept, care.
And what's really key here, the sources stress that every free action necessarily implies a responsibility over its consequences.
Necessarily.
Yeah. Because, as they put it, no act is without transcendence. Even small choices ripple outwards.
That immediately makes you think, doesn't it? About the weight of even small decisions. So we have these core ideas. How does the Doctrine de Cafh specifically add to this? What's its unique angle on this relationship?
Well, the Doctrine de Cafh talks about providing the inner freedom that the soul needs to relate directly with the divine without intermediaries.
Inner freedom. Okay.
Right. It's less about specific rules and more about cultivating a direct personal connection. And its aim is explicitly to expand our consciousness.
And how does that link to responsibility?
Because according to the source, this expansion of consciousness inherently develops our sense of responsibility.
Ah, I see.
This kind of spiritual development helps us move past just reacting, reacting out of habit or emotion. Instead, it fosters discernment, conscious choice.
So it's about acting from a deeper place, not just on impulse. That makes a lot of sense. Inner work fueling outer action.
Precisely. True freedom starting from within.
But of course, this idea of freedom, its value, that's not new. It echoes through history, through philosophy. Do the sources mention any other perspectives on liberty's importance?
Oh, absolutely. It's a constant theme. The source material actually includes a really powerful quote from Spanish literature, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, from Don Quixote.
Ah, yes. What does he say?
He has, Don Quixote say to Sancho, "Liberty, dear Sancho, is one of the most precious gifts heaven gave to men."
Wow.
So no earthly treasures can equal it, and for liberty, one can and should risk one's life.
That really captures the profound value you place on it, doesn't it? Risking everything for freedom. Okay, so bringing this down to earth for you listening right now, how does this big idea, responsible freedom, actually look in everyday life? What are the practical actions?
Yeah, and the sources get quite concrete here. It's about things like pausing to reflect before you act, really thinking, how will this affect others, the environment, even small things?
That pause, that's key.
It is. It's also about fulfilling commitments, not just the legal stuff, but your ethical promises, personal ones, things you say you'll do.
Integrity.
Right. Caring for common goods parks, shared spaces, resources, choosing consciously what benefits you and the collective, and actively trying to overcome egoism, indifference, promoting empathy, solidarity.
So it's an ongoing effort, not a one-time fix.
Definitely. Building a life with others, not just alongside them.
And you mentioned earlier the sources talk about different dimensions of responsibility. This seems important because it pushes us beyond just thinking about our own personal sphere. Can you elaborate on those dimensions?
Yes, this part really broadens the picture. It shows how responsibility kind of ripples outwards. There are 4 key dimensions they highlight. First, individual responsibility. This is the baseline, maybe. Taking ownership of your decisions, your time, your resources, going beyond just the bare minimum.
Right, owning your part.
Then, social responsibility. recognizing you're part of a society, contributing to the collective good, sharing your talents, whatever they are, for everyone's benefit, volunteering, helping out, that sort of thing.
Community focus. Got it.
Third is ecological responsibility. This is huge now, obviously. Caring for nature, thinking about future generations. The source mentions indigenous wisdom here, how it emphasizes that actions affect the whole community and the earth.
That deep connection to the planet. Very relevant.
Very. And finally, spiritual responsibility. This ties back to the consciousness idea. As awareness grows, freedom naturally orients towards the common good, towards human development.
So freedom isn't just doing what I want.
Exactly. The source says true freedom is realized when, through responsibility, we seek not only our own good, but that of all humanity, overcoming selfishness and separation. It's a universal theme, really, found across different spiritual paths.
Individual, social, ecological, spiritual, that's a comprehensive framework.
It really is. And tying it all together, there's this powerful synthesis in the material. We only need to be what we are. Human beings with infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibility.
Knowing this and acting accordingly is true responsible freedom. It suggests this capacity is already innate in us. We just need to recognize and act on it.
That's a really potent thought to end on. It shifts the focus inwards towards our potential. So, considering everything we've discussed, liberty, responsibility, these different dimensions, here's something for you to think about this week. How might you bring a deeper sense of this responsible freedom into one decision or maybe one action in your own life? Just one thing.